What it do, my gente? You boys coming through once again. And on today's video, I want to talk about a good topic that somebody needs to speak about this, right? And guess what? I'm gonna do it, right? I don't see nobody who represents the raza speaking on this, or so far they say they represent the raza speaking on this. And at the end of the day, I feel obligated. Why? Because most of my viewers are Mexican descent, Mexican American, right? Chicanos, Mexicanos, and I feel like I'm a voice for them. You know, I do have subscribers that are white, African American, blacks, and shout out to them. You know, at the end of the day, there's no hate towards nobody in this channel, right? I'm gonna speak my mind 100%, but the beautiful thing about this is that we can all disagree in a topic, but it's okay. We don't have to agree with it. You know, we just have to respect the opinion of the next man. So I've been going through lives, seeing videos, right? That has to do with the protests, whatever protest you want to call. You know, the one in LA, the big one with the No Kings parade or parade, No Kings protest, whatever you want to say, right? And I see these channels, right, that are talking, speaking that all Mexicans are mad because the black community is not backing them up, right? And when I hear this, like, wow, it's crazy, man. Everybody's complaining that Mexicans are raising up the rents, right? Illegals are raising up the rents. Um, that there's nowhere you guys can live because there's a lot of Mexicans in all these houses, apartments, stuff like that. But sure enough, those Mexicans are living free, rent free, in the minds of these individuals, on these YouTubers who are throwing a fake narrative and always trying to put themselves in the center of everything, right? If it wasn't for the blacks, the U.S. wouldn't exist. If it wasn't for the blacks, Mexico would never free the slaves. Mexico would have been who they are. Shit, if it wasn't for the blacks, there would have been no Mexicans because they're saying they're the, the Toltecas, right? Something like that. But for me, it seems like not every, but these individuals are so thirsty for validation to be like, hey, I'm right here. Hey, look, man, I was part of this. They want that validation. They're willing to put themselves on everything, even in the middle of this protest. Ain't nobody minding if blacks are protesting with the Mexicans. You think those guys who are out on the streets protesting, rioting, whatever you want to call it, do you think that in the back of their mind they're thinking about, man, what's up with these black people? Why they're not over here supporting us, right? Do you think people are actually thinking about that? I don't think so, man. I think that those individuals are concentrated on their goal, right? Whether it's to do good or to do bad, they're concentrated on their goal. The last thing they're gonna be thinking is about the black community. Ain't got nothing to do with the black community, man. This is between the illegals, the labeling and stuff like that, and people are protesting because of this. Simple as that, right? I have seen African Americans on the protest, right? Either doing good or doing bad. But let's just say that no black is actually protesting. Every single black turned their back on this movement, right? Which, at the end of the day, as a Mexican, I think I can speak for most of us. And tell me if I'm wrong on the comment section. But I believe that no Mexican actually cares about that. I don't care about that. And that's just facts, you know? See, one thing you have to understand about Mexicans, man, we are prideful individuals. Let's say it'll take us 11 minutes to, I don't know, solve a solve a puzzle by ourselves, or it can take us a minute to solve the same puzzle if we were to ask for help from a different individual, even a different ethnicity. I'm almost 100% sure that that person will always go for the 11 minutes so he can do it by himself and don't be embarrassed to ask for help, because I feel like we are prideful. We don't want to ask for help. And we have done this for years, you know. We just take our losses, keep on pushing. That's our people, man. And one thing I'll tell you though, whenever we're done with all these protests, and if something is actually made and something, I don't want to hear you same people saying, "Oh, you guys got it done because of the black community. We backed you up." I don't want to hear that, man. But for those individuals who don't know the Mexican, how we get down, let me just lace you up a little bit, just a little bit, and tell me if I'm wrong. For those who know, I think us as Mexicans, it could be Mexican American, descendant of Mexican, whatever. If you have somebody who came from Mexico in your family, right? You share the same beliefs, same culture. So for us who are, somebody tells us no, right? When we want something, somebody tells us no. Do you think that we cry, that we complain about this? No, man. We're not like that. Like other races, you know, I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to label nobody. I'm not going to point fingers. But hey, like they say, if the shoe fits, put it on. We're not over here complaining just because somebody tells us no. And just because somebody tells us no, we're going to basically say, oh, you tell us no because you don't like how I look. We don't complain about that. Same way we don't complain about when somebody don't agree with us, right? Tell, nah, you're wrong. And just because somebody don't agree with us, we don't call them racist. Oh, you being racist because you don't agree with me. You hate my people, so you're racist. You don't see us doing that. We're not. This is 2025. New era. New day. There's going to be racists in every single group. But not because of that. It means that the whole group is racist. Let's just be a little bit smarter, you know? When I'm speaking, correct me if I'm wrong, man. Or confirm. Because people need to know. And if you are a follower of those channels, man, share this link, man. Let them know. So you can get laced up a little bit. And actually understand that ain't nobody caring if the blacks are supporting the movement. We got it. We are able to hold our own weight. And simple as that. You know? We do appreciate for giving us free rent inside your head. It's all good, man. Thank you. Maybe you wish you could be a Mexican or something like that, because we have a beautiful culture. Ain't nobody can say that. Guarantee. We didn't steal nothing. Everything was made by us, by our ancestors. Simple. You know? And that's the beautiful about my people. You know? Hardworking individuals are willing to go the extra mile to accomplish what they need to accomplish. You know? And that's something that not everybody can say. You know? And for those who are Mexicanos, Mexican Americans, Chicanos, whatever you want to call yourself, be proudful of where you came from, you know. Don't get involved in this pushing and pulling with other races, trying to, I don't know, trying to bring us down, right? Because at the end of the day, we know who we are, and nobody can stop us. People hate that we are, I mean, we have a big community that whenever a problem like this happens, we're front and center. And I don't know what to tell them. I just told them that what belief they had, it doesn't exist, you know? And knock it off. Knock it off. Get a life. Talk about rap. Something like that, man. But don't come over here and say, look, it is funny, man, because these same individuals are bringing the culture in prison, right? just because, oh, the Mexicans run with this, they do it with this, they kick with this. But now look what's happening right here on the streets. Like, prison stuff has to do with what's going on the streets with the regular civilians who are working, who are doing their thing, who never been in prison or have any connection with the prison, right? You think that people in Oregon, in Houston, Wisconsin, Washington, Nevada has anything to do with the politics that are run in the prisons in California? Come on, man. It's not. Let's try not to be that ignorant in life, you know. Not because you can say smart, I mean, big words, right? It means that you're intellectual, you're smart. It takes more than that, man. You know, it's not about reading a dictionary. It's about actually having that common sense. So, with this being said, we are out to next video. That is your homework of today. Have a good one.